Spiritual healing, healing the human soul and body. This is the goal of the spiritual life, to subject all that you are to Christ, our God. Now, we've discussed the weapons, the prayer, fast, and almsgiving. We've discussed the fronts. We're going to go into those things in detail. But I want to pause here and make sure that everyone understands the parts of the human soul and the person. And that is the intellect and the will, and then the senses, which are the irascible and concupiscible appetites. The intellect is what is ordered towards knowing the truth. The will is ordered towards doing the good. And then the appetites, those are your senses. Those are parts of your physical body, whereas your intellect and will are parts of your soul, so they're immaterial. The appetites have to do with having the good in terms of the senses. So there's the concupiscible appetite and there's the irascible appetite. Both of these appetites are ordered towards having the good that is good for your senses and good for your body, your person. So the concupiscible appetite is in regards to food and the conjugal act, and the irascible appetite is towards the arduous good, that thing that requires work to accomplish or to have. So these appetites order us towards the things that we need for our senses, for our bodies. But because of original sin, our intellect does not know the truth. It's darkened. Our intellect is darkened by original sin. Our will is weakened by original sin. And then our appetites rule over us. So our anger in our irascible appetite needs to be moderated towards the arduous good. We need to have anger in a moderated sense towards the arduous good, but instead it just overcomes us and we're completely irrational because our anger rules us. Or in our concupiscible appetite, our desires for sensible goods overcomes us as well. We can't moderate that. A properly moderated soul is where reason orders all of these parts of us according to reason in Christ. So the way that works is the cardinal virtues. The four cardinal virtues govern these four parts of you. The intellect is governed by prudence. That is knowing the truth and ordering yourself accordingly. The will is governed by justice, and that's doing the good, ordering yourself accordingly. The irascible appetite is governed by fortitude. So you are irascible appetite, your strength, is moving towards attaining the arduous good, the fortitude, and then your concupiscible appetite is governed by temperance. So you're moderating that desire for good things. So there are those who take offense that we say that people are disordered. Well, everyone is disordered by original sin. Everyone's parts of their soul and body are disordered because they're not working the proper hierarchy where your intellect is governing everything. And that is what we're striving for in the spiritual warfare, is to have spiritual healing. In healing, Christ is the healer of our souls and bodies. He heals us and he makes us whole again. And so that our parts of our bodies and our souls can work towards him, work with the virtues to do the good and know the truth. And we'll talk also about the theological virtues, faith, hope, and charity. But we're going to talk about how each one of the weapons in the spiritual life and the pillars then work into the spiritual healing of properly ordering your soul and your senses so that you can worship Christ in your life, you can love him and love your neighbor. And that is the spiritual life.